She's so wriggly. My God. So it's the 7th of August. I'm finding now that it's really hard to do stuff, like getting out of bed. And like whenever I'm sat down here, you have to pull me up, don't you? So I have to take things easier now. I'm aware of kind of what my limits are. It's the 8th of August and I feel like today has been another 3 steps back day. All I've done today is cry. I woke up feeling really low, tired, weak and groggy, and I've had belly pain probably about 3 days now, but more so today. The baby's been moving a lot and I think she's just causing a lot of discomfort as she's moving now because she's getting bigger. As well, I feel just a bit undesirable at the moment and I think that's not helping my mood. And it sounds really silly, but I just feel really ugly and really frumpy because none of my clothes fit. Everything I'm wearing is just really baggy and horrible. I've just given up with my hair. I just don't do anything with it anymore. And I think because I'm not making much effort, I just feel a bit rubbish in myself. But in other news, I got Mason to do my first perineal massage yesterday because I'm so paranoid about tearing during labour. So I thought we'll kind of get a head start on, you know, stretching things. It wasn't as uncomfortable as I thought, but it wasn't pleasant either. So I'm gonna maybe try and do that once a week. Bye. It's the 9th of August today and I feel much better today. All I can describe this pregnancy as is an absolute utter whirlwind. One minute I feel insanely low and can't do anything but cry, and the next day I can feel totally normal again and happy and sociable, and I don't get it. But we're going out with friends later and I think maybe that has also set me in a good pace for the day because I think I rely on social interaction to keep my spirits up, and if I'm isolated for too long then I get a bit yeah. So we're going out for tea with our friends tonight and they've booked a place called the Little Owl, and I've just realised that Baby is the size of a barn owl today. Isn't that cute? So we're going to eat at the Little Owl with our little owl.
Wriggly owl.
Wriggly owl. It is the 10th of August. It's a beautiful day. So we're outside enjoying the sunshine. I'm gigging later and I'm hoping that I don't overheat because I think I'll probably be outside, but it'll be nice because I'm feeling good today.
It's a nice day today.
Can you see my belly?
Yeah. Belly. God, you're so round. You're like a space hopper.
The 11th of August. As far as my mood goes, my mood is really good, but today I feel like crying because of my gigs. Just getting in so much pain from doing them, and I think it doesn't help that today it's 30 degrees. I was playing outside. I was overheating so much. I was just sweating everywhere. In my break, I went into the bathroom and I covered myself in cold water to try and cool down, but I just felt exhausted. I just suddenly went really weak and really dizzy, and I was mid playing a song and I thought, I'm gonna faint. And I was trying to really focus on looking around at people to try and keep my mind active. And then I started to get really bad belly pain, but I think that was the baby moving. When I play guitar, baby moves, and now that she's getting bigger, sometimes the movements are a bit painful and a bit uncomfortable. And she must have moved into a weird position because I suddenly got loads of pressure at the bottom of my stomach and it was really painful. And I was kind of keeling over a bit and I was trying to play my gig, and there's people filming, taking photos, and I was in so much discomfort, and it's so hard to try and look like you're enjoying something when you're in pain and you feel like you're about to faint. I just nearly gave up. By the time I finished my set, my pelvis was in so much pain. I've got a couple of days where I've got 2 gigs booked in one day. So I think I'm gonna go through my diary again and cancel. I hate cancelling because it's my reputation that is damaged. But what good is a reputation if you don't even have your health? Bye. It's 4:15 in the morning and I'm just knackered. I can't sleep. I'm overheating like crazy and my belly's really hurting. No matter what position I try and get into, my belly really hurts. So I don't know if baby's in a new position and is just pressing in weird places. I don't know. But I'm just in so much discomfort. I tried putting a pillow under my belly. I tried not putting a pillow under my belly. I tried sleeping a bit more on my back. I tried sleeping on my side. I had a big fan on in the bedroom. I'm gonna go outside and get some fresh air. Try and cool my skin off. And do a little bit of yoga to try and get baby to move. Try and make my belly feel better. So I eventually nodded off maybe around 6:37 and then woke up maybe half an hour later with insane leg cramp. And now this morning when I got up, oh the pain. I just could not get cool at all even now. And my belly, no matter which position I lay in, my belly was just in so much discomfort. And then at one point she was just kicking me so much. It was like my belly was doing this constantly for like half an hour. She just doesn't stop ever. She never stops wriggling. It's a blessing because I know that everything's okay and I'm reassured that she's active and everything else, but sometimes it's just infuriating. And her movements are getting so strong and bold now. Even Mason is just like, oh my god. And I'm just past halfway, so what on earth are the next 20 weeks going to look like? Gigging later until midnight. Just can't wait to stop gigging. I'm so tired. We just had our 4D scan. We managed to get a little bit of the baby's face till we got this one.
She's already so pretty.
We were joking that she's got Mason's big lips. And then there she looks so diddy, so tiny.
She just like had her hands like this the whole time. It's really hard.
We were in for about an hour. So she had her hands over, then the cord, and then I was on one side, then I was on my back, then I was on the other side.
You were having to like break dance on the table so you could like
that's just
get
a
her
little
a better angle.
A little one. And then just a little one with her mouth open. So even the woman doing the scans was like, she's so wriggly. Even as we were scanning, the lady was like, she's kicking the scanny rod.
Every time she like tried to touch her feet, she'd like kick and then turn away.
Yeah.
Like, get off.
She must have ticklish feet.
Yeah.
She got hiccups whilst we were there, didn't she? We could see her bouncing around.
She was drinking a lot as well, or eating, what you call it.
Her femur is now 4 centimetres. Her femur's grown a centimetre since our 20-week scan.
She's getting tall.
She's still so tiny. They said everything is very good.
All healthy, 150 BPM heartbeat, I think she had. And
they said she is little,
well.
but she's like in proportion for us because we're quite dainty people. Well, I'm dainty, you're not quite dainty, but you're not tall.
I'm a chunk, but I'm not long. Well, I think she said even for our normal range, she's probably still slightly small.
She's still a
even
little
for
bit
that.
small, yeah. So apparently our daughter weighs 576 grams.
See how many eggs our daughter weighs.
We were like, oh, I wonder how much the bowl weighs.
I said I bet that bowl is actually pretty close.
And we put it on and it was bang on.
Straight.
So our daughter weighs the same as this bowl currently, which is just
nothing.
Weird.
She weighs
weird.
I could throw her so far.
Her head was 21 centimetres in circumference.
20.
Oh, so that's about 22. So that's almost the size of her head.
Her head is that big.
In the palm of
And
your
she
hand.
weighs the same as this bowl.
So if I gave birth to her now, that's what her head would look like in my hand. Wow. She is so active. It's the 15th of August. I'm 24 weeks and 2 days. I've spoken very openly about how much harder I found pregnancy than I expected. But I want to just take a moment to give myself credit because I feel very proud of how I've chosen to do this pregnancy. Where I've been able to eat, I've eaten healthy, like far healthier than I ever did prior to pregnancy. Staying hydrated. I've been keeping up a lot of exercise. I'm doing more exercise now again than I did prior to pregnancy. I go swimming at least once a week, sometimes twice. I do yoga. I've been doing my daily exercises on my birthing ball. I've been doing my pelvic floor exercises every single day. I've also been moisturising everything everywhere every single day. I don't have any stretch marks yet, which I'm hoping it stays that way. Now, admittedly, I haven't been maybe resting as much as I should. I think because I'm someone who is very, very motivated and I prioritise my career a lot, I have been guilty of perhaps prioritising my career over my health at times. Not to the point where I think I'm jeopardising myself, but to the point where I'm making myself more tired than I need to be. And I think I've done the right thing winding my work down from September, from next month, as opposed to working right through. And I've also spoken very openly about my mental health throughout my pregnancy with friends and family, and especially my husband. Mason has just been amazing throughout this entire pregnancy, and I couldn't be more grateful to have a partner that looks after me as much as he does and checks in on me and just makes me feel good in the times when I need some reassurance and love and confidence boosts. And I know I've complained a lot because I found it really, really difficult. But if I think about it in a positive way, I'm really glad that I've got to experience the nausea, I've got to experience the fatigue, I've got to experience so many pregnancy symptoms that other people don't ever get to experience. And whilst they are very, very difficult, it's nice that I've been able to experience them and now have that ability to empathise with others who go through that. Just hoping that the next 15, 16 weeks allow me to be as positive. Whilst I'm here, I might as well do a little belly update for you. This is how big I am. My belly has actually been changing on a daily basis at the moment. Not just growing bigger, but sometimes going flatter, sometimes going higher, sometimes dropping. It's very, very surreal. I woke up the other day and I had zero belly here whatsoever. It was literally just like this. And then I woke up the next day and I had no belly here at all. It was literally all up here. My skin is very itchy, so I have a few little scratch marks, but I've been moisturising as much as possible. That helps the itch, and so far it's kept my skin very supple. So hopefully it stays that way. It's the 16th of August. I've just got back from playing a really nice gig. Gig went really well, but so glad I'm finishing gigging soon because I'm just in so much pain. And it's getting more and more painful after each one with my pelvis. And it's also now getting to the point where, because baby's kicking so much, she's kicking so hard sometimes throughout my gig, and it's so off-putting. It's like you're just having loads of like muscle spasms that make you go like this. I'm starting to wind down my gigs now, so I'm doing less and less. There's no way I can cope with this pain getting worse. So it's the 17th of August today. Past few gigs I've done, my pelvis pain has eased off, but last night I was up every couple of hours. Every time I rolled or moved in bed, the pain from my pelvis just woke me straight up, and this morning I'm in agony. So I've got my pregnancy band on again because I've got a wedding gig today, and that's not going to be fun with a sore pelvis. So I'm going to try and wear my belly band as much as I can before going out, and I'm going to take a pillow with me to sit on in the car. But another thing that I haven't touched on yet is my voice, and I've read a lot that your voice can change in pregnancy. When I was in my first trimester, I went through a sort of wobbly phase with my voice where I kept feeling like it was going. I didn't quite have the control over it that I used to have. And then it kind of came back. But after last night's gig, I felt like I performed really well, but I had a really sore throat afterwards, which kind of implies that I'm not singing right. So I'm wondering if I'm singing differently now that I'm pregnant, because my voice is changing and I'm trying to maintain the same voice that I've had. When I woke up this morning, I was really hoarse and croaky, so I'm drinking loads. I really don't want my voice to change, so I need to be very, very careful. And I'm in a few different music groups on Facebook, and quite a few people mentioned that their voice changed and they struggled going back to gigging. And it's a side to pregnancy that you don't think about, how hormones can alter every aspect of your body. I mean, my hair has changed, my skin has changed, my voice has changed. But I just thought that was worth mentioning as, I guess, another symptom that people don't talk about.
So wriggly.
Why has she stopped? She gone to sleep? She doesn't often stop. It's the 19th of August today, turning 25 weeks tomorrow. Baby is getting stronger and stronger with her movements. She is kicking me in the weirdest places now, and it makes my whole body jerk. The pregnancy fatigue has come back again and I feel exhausted. I went swimming this morning, and when I got back I could barely move off the couch. My mind is still very motivated, but my body is still very fatigued. I'm trying to still be in a positive mindset about pregnancy, but I do have to admit that I have found it difficult. And something that I noticed, I played a gig at the weekend and there were old friends there that I haven't seen for a while. And something that has stuck with me since bumping into those friends is when I first saw them, they said, "Oh, how are you? How's it going?" And I was like, I'm so miserable. But then the thing is, I laugh about it and it comes across as though it's a joke or it's not true. And then my friend said, "You don't know how to be miserable. You're always really happy every time I see you." And I don't know why it's just stuck with me, because I feel like, as I've seen whilst recording my pregnancy journey, I have really struggled with low moods. And although I might joke about, "Oh, I feel really miserable," and then laugh about it, there's some truth to what I'm saying, because you're never going to say that if you're feeling great. And yeah, it just kind of hit me that they were like, "You're always so happy." And I wonder whether my facade of being jolly takes away from the realism of my times of feeling low. Like, do people believe me? I don't know. Anyway, just a little realization I had. I mean, I'm feeling mostly positive, just sick of being kicked all the time. Bye. We've just come out of our birth prep class. It was really, really useful. Even this early on in my pregnancy, I should not be slouching on the couch. And I'm really guilty of doing that when I'm watching telly in an evening. I think we're gonna have to monitor how carefully I sit.
Sitting up straight or lying on your side way better, for making sure that baby's in the right position. Because she said it avoids you being back to back, which is more painful. Yeah. But at the same time, she said you only really need to seriously consider what you're doing from like 32 weeks plus. So yeah. So if you just start doing it now and get used to it.
That's it. It's just getting into the habit now. But she talked through all the stages of labour, which I thought was really interesting, because I had really no idea prior to this what to expect contraction-wise and things. Like, I kind of figured as soon as I get contractions, like, that's when we need to go to the hospital. Yeah. With us being a home birth, it's a case of getting in touch with our midwife. But actually,
it was 60 seconds of contractions every 3 minutes.
Before messaging the midwife, I feel a lot wiser about labour now, and a bit calmer about it, actually, to know what to expect.
I thought it was interesting that the 4 stages, you've got like the initial contractions and then the push the baby out phase, which is only 1 and 2, and then phase 3 is delivering your placenta, which makes sense, I guess. But then phase 4 is skin to skin contact.
Yeah, very interesting.
That's good.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. I've just been for a lovely pregnancy massage. I mentioned that since I've got to lie on my left now to go to sleep, I've been getting a lot of left side pain. So she gave my left side a good rub and around my pelvis as well, because I am still getting my pelvis pain at my gigs. She said I did have swollen ankles, so she's done a bit of lymphatic drainage on them to hopefully ease the swelling. And I talked to her as well about aromatherapy, because my midwife has been mentioning aromatherapy oils during labour. So when I went for my massage, I asked if she could use any of those oils. She used lavender and chamomile. So I'm hoping if I use them in the run-up to labour and during the labour, I'll be very, very used to the smell. It will relax me a lot more, because they said don't use anything new during labour in case it makes you sick. But yeah, I think it was very much needed today and I feel very relaxed. It's the 22nd of August. Me and Mason are convinced she's gonna come early. I don't know why, I just have a niggling feeling, but I keep getting the feeling of so much pressure in my belly. I don't know how on earth I've got another 15 weeks left in me. It's really uncomfortable. It's like there's a boulder at the bottom of my stomach. It's like immense pressure and my belly goes so rock solid. You're just like I try getting on my hands and knees and just hanging my belly. It doesn't get rid of it. I don't know what to do. So I don't know whether it's when she decides to get all bunched up at the bottom. I don't know, but it's getting horrible. And I just want her out. So here's a little belly update for 25 weeks and 2 days. She's just all there. It's just solid. I can't even try and lift it up and take the weight off. It's so hard. I'm starting to get my brown line above my belly button. And my belly button's really interesting now because it started to pop, but sometimes it goes in again, and I can tell where the baby is positioned in my belly based on what my belly button looks like. Sometimes when my belly button's in, my belly goes a bit squishy, and that's when she's kind of gone further back a bit, and that's when life is comfortable again. I can kind of judge how much discomfort I'm gonna be in based on what my belly button looks like when I'm sat down. But yep, that's the belly. I've just had my midwife appointment, so they felt my belly to kind of figure out what position baby was in, checked the heart rate, everything was fine. They think baby is currently back to back, head down, because she kept kicking her knee up the top. I've been wondering what that is because I kept feeling it the whole time I was in the room. So they think it's her knee. So they said to look at some exercises that I can do to get baby front to back. I asked her about my piles, if there's anything I can do. And she said, other than the cream that I'm on, not much. She said, try going to the GP and asking if they can offer anything, but she doesn't think they'll be able to because there's not really anything that they can do in pregnancy. Story of my life. She asked how my mental health is doing, if I'm coping with everything okay. I always appreciate that they ask that. I feel like that's so important. But no, everything was good. So they've booked me in again for 3 weeks time where they're going to measure my bump. They said the insane pressure that I've been getting and my pelvic pain and even my piles is likely because baby is head down and pushing down into my pelvis, and because she's not quite big enough yet, she's not slotting into my pelvis in the right way, like her head is still too small to kind of like be positioned comfortably. And so they said she's putting a lot of strain on my pelvis and also a lot of pressure in my back passage because of the way that baby is pushing down. So that was quite interesting. But yeah, all good. Feeling like a superhuman today. But hang on. Baby's just gone really low in my belly and it's so painful when she does it. Let me sit down. Yeah, I was doing DIY all this morning. I've just had a gig all afternoon and now I'm going on to another gig and I'll probably get home about midnight. And it's the first time in my entire pregnancy where I've been able to do so much in a day. I feel like I'm a superhero. I'm feeling a little bit sick. I'll probably get to my next gig and absolutely be done for.
That is a nice colour.
Yeah, I was really worried I was going to open the paint pot and it was going to be really, really blue.
It's actually a perfect blue.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Nice.
Lovely. Oh, God, my arm's killing me. It's the 26th of August. I'm 25 weeks and 6 days. And I keep getting so much pain and discomfort from the baby going down near my pelvis. And it's so horrible. As soon as I get this wave of pain, I have to lie down with my bum in the air, try and encourage baby to go back up. And it keeps happening more and more frequently, and it's getting more and more painful. I want this baby out of me.